This is KTN News.
Welcome back to Morning Express. It is now time when you meet the women in politics. In studio, I'm joined by Purity Wangoi Ngirici, the Jubilee Woman Representative Candidate for Kirinyaga County. Madam Ngirici, welcome to Morning Express and good to have you. Now, let's just start with the fact that this time round, compared to 2013, Kirinyaga County for women reps specifically seems to have raised a lot of dust, even almost overshadowing that of the gubernatorial seat. Why do you think that is the case?
It's simply because one thing is for sure, that Kirinyaga did not feature anywhere in the last 4 years in the women rep seat, in the national politics. Our women rep was completely not seen anywhere, and several of them. And I thought if the country really took this initiative and we brought it in the affirmative action seat, then why would the women continue agreeing to be referred to as the flower girls, or not to really go out there and probably make a difference like they were supposed to make when they were brought into parliament? So,
and would you put the blame squarely on Winnie Njuguna, the current woman rep?
Yes, because actually in the last 3 years she never said anything in parliament. That's one, that's for sure. It's the nation that wrote, not me. And that was the investigations from the parliament. Yeah, from parliament. And also the fact that she did not go out there and meet the Kirinyaga people, explain to them what really was going on. Because I can tell you for sure, Wanjiko lives by what us, the politicians, and people that they've given power to, what you tell them is what they believe. So they should have gone out there and told them whatever was happening, or if there was anything that was wrong, or if there was anything that had been given, or an implementation that had not happened, that should have happened. Now, you don't come during the campaign season and start explaining yourself. That is very wrong. And even we should have seen her trying to table some bills.
Okay, and let's come now to the matters at hand. And of course, the people of Kirinyaga, first of all, would want to know if you're in touch with what it is that they would want representation from a woman rep. And let's start with, what do you think are the issues that the people of Kirinyaga have?
Exactly the same issues that are stipulated in the Constitution, what a women rep should represent the people for. And one is legislation, which I believe, as much as we are representing Kirinyaga, are we representing even the people of Kenya the way it should be, so that the women rep seat will be seen as like a seat that is functional, or that is really worthy of what it was intended to perform. And secondly, the people of Kirinyaga, I am sure, like not like many other places, probably other places the women reps performed and their legislators performed. So, like I would say, the people of Kirinyaga, I can tell you for sure that the marginalized have forgotten. And there has been nothing of us seeing our women rep coming out there and trying to be the person that is trying to supervise and playing the role of oversight in our county for us. So actually, I feel the people of Kirinyaga need that. The roles of oversight, they need it. They need their marginalized not to be forgotten. The women need to see their women rep going out there and trying to find out, like having a database of how many old people do we have in Kirinyaga County, how many youths do we have? How can we help them? How can we change? How can we get cottage industries for them? How can we bring in even vocational, short-term and long-term vocational centers, training centers? So that is my take, that it was never utilized the way it should have been.
Okay, but going back to, there is the responsibility of the woman rep and what you have envisaged by the Constitution to represent and legislate for the sake of your people. Yeah. But for you to be able to do that effectively, you need to be in touch with what are some of the issues on the ground. What is it that you're going to be pushing for? So what I'm trying to find out from you, what is your vision for Kirinyaga? What is the gap? Where are they and where would you want them to be?
One, I do not want youths lying around Kirinyaga. There's so many things that you can do, like starting cottage industries, that I said, and we need to rehabilitate like the youths and the people that come from jails, so that they can be able to fit into the community properly and start working. We need to have youths having jobs that they can do by first training them. That's why I'm talking about short-term and long-term vocational centers, reviving. Together with the help of the county government, we revive our technical institutes because they are there, but they're not functional. So reviving them, having us meet even our students who just cleared high school, cleared university, because at the end of the day, white-collar job may be scarce, but do we have innovative youth? Do we have ideas that we can give the youth, things that they can do? We need to have very good marketing for our women groups. When we train them on maybe doing these small things like making this Kenyan type of jewelry. Where do they sell them? Can we get them market abroad? Can we have these women in their merry-go-rounds? Can we be able to boost their kitties? Can we, what I want them to have completely different outlook, like not talking about the 20 shillings, but the 20 shillings within the 5 years, that a woman will be able to have seen that money is growing. It's no longer about buying utensils in the house. I want it to be a bigger vision for them. I want them to know that a woman can change the house. I want the youth to know that even if with the county government, remember there's 30% development fund in the tendering process that should be given to the women, youth, and the people with disabilities. It has not been...
It's not been done so far.
Yes.
And what makes you feel that Purity Ngirici is the one who can deliver that, given that, first of all, this is your first time you're throwing your heart into politics? What makes you feel that you have the qualities to do that for the people of Kirinyaga?
The first thing is that I'm successful. And I know that I have done it before.
What is your measure of success? When you say you're successful, what does that mean?
My measure of success is, have I gone out and tried to reach at least 90% of what I should have done with my life so far?
And you feel you've achieved that?
Yes.
Okay.
I can tell you that for sure. And secondly, and the most important, that if I have been able to achieve that in my own capacity, in my companies, in when I was working, wherever I was working, and when I have been working with the women, I have been able to achieve quite some mileage with them and the youths and the people with disabilities. If I have been able to reach there, what if I have the backing of the county and of the national government? Then I can be able to push it further.
Okay.
Yes.
And maybe you can just give us a brief track record of what your achievements have been, because this is by no means a small responsibility. You would be representing the people of Kirinyaga in a very big way. So what is it that they can look at and say, okay, this is her success story so far, according to you, that gives them the confidence that you can deliver?
Yes. Well, I am involved in... First, I was working for the World Food Program, and I worked there for 3 years. Then I moved to Japan, where I worked with Japan Network. After I came back from Japan, we started business with my husband, and we have several businesses which range from real estate to mining and extraction, and I also excavation, and also I am in the transport business.
Okay.
While I am doing that, I've been able also to educate up to 48 children. And I have been able also, through well-wishers, to help quite a number of Kirinyaga people by establishing medical camps, free medical camps. I have done so many of them in almost every ward in my county, and I'm still going on with the medical camps. And I've been able to bring in now non-government organizations and well-wishers like the Uzima, Taifa. I'm working also with international caregivers. I'm also working with several volunteer doctors from Nairobi who have been able to really help me in the county to see people have been given. We do cancer screening. We've been doing cancer screening and follow-up on the patients that are found to be having anything that could be leading or pointers to probability of cancer.
Okay.
I've also been working with Lions of Kenya because I am a lion for 11 in current Lions, and I've helped up to 25 people get cataract surgery for free from Lions.
Okay, very impressive track record right there, I must say, and I'm sure you could go on and on and on. But now, as a woman...
I must say, before you go on, that I took my tractors, ones that I was using for my mining company, and put them on the ground in Kirinyaga, and I have done feeder roads that could up to 600 kilometers so far. I am doing desilting of the canals for the rice farmers. I have so much in Kirinyaga. I have touched with the women. I have so many women groups that we have been working together so that we can see if we can do the table banking for them and if it is going to work. Because with the former,
and all those things are good and very benevolent and very kind, and very, it shows a good heart. But one of the things that you would be expected to do is pass legislature that will outlive you. These are things which are good, but they also possibly are tied to the person doing them, such that if you're not there, they would not continue. So what is it that you would put on the table that is possibly the people of Kirinyaga can look at and say, this is something that is likely to outlive purity?
Good. That is very good. I have a foundation that goes on, and the foundation is the one that's taking care of the completely totally orphaned children to go to school up to whatever level they will be able to achieve. And that is a foundation that's going to go on with or without purity. It's called Ngirici Foundation. And also, on the medical camps, I've been able to have contracts with the PSI that they're going to go on for years, and they will be renewing. It is be renewable, so they will be able to provide doctors, and they will be able to provide also some medication, same as international caregivers. They also helped me with even giving me the wheelchairs. I was able even to marshal maybe some help from Lions, so that they can be able to, in different parts of Kirinyaga in towns, they are now bringing free eye clinics every month. So I can tell you that for sure, that's going beyond purity.
Okay.
Because it's not me that's doing it, but I have been able to bring people who are organizations that can go on for the people of Kirinyaga.
All right. And maybe as we wind up to hear what your take is on national issues, we currently have the IEBC being scrutinized. Your thoughts on where we are today as a country, and maybe how things are likely to play out. Your thoughts on the IEBC currently?
Very well. I would like to say that I'm really very disappointed in the leadership of NASA. I do not expect men who are over 50-something to come and start crying war and wolf, because you don't, being in the first time that I went through nominations, and I can tell you for sure, however even poor the ballots were, through the ballots, you cannot be able to steal an election. I can
but
tell
you can stuff ballots if you have, you can...
Stuff
you can
where?
stuff ballot
How will you count? How will you know from the register how many people have not voted so far? You will either go overboard, and that is the most likely thing. And the other thing, you will likely go overboard. Like in one polling station, probably, which has got 1,800 registered voters, then you're getting 3,000 ballots. So that is an automatic cancellation.
So you don't think they have a valid point when they raise a question as to whether...
They're not. They don't have. I can tell you for sure this is about unpreparedness. I can tell you for sure this is about sense of defeat. I can tell you for sure that there is no time in this world and in this life Raila Odinga and his troop will ever accept defeat. So us Kenyans will just sit here, probably believe in their lies, and probably run in the streets, the ones that will agree to run to the streets. But what I know they're trying right now is to get into a coalition government so that we don't go into an election. And I think that is very wrong. They must try for once in their lives to just be straightforward. I want an election in this country that we are going to look at the election and say, well, say it was very fair, and whoever won, congratulations.
And I believe all Kenyans are asking the same question and asking for free and fair election, which, if you look at some of the accusations that IEBC has had so far, would leave many questioning.
No, they're not valid. Are you telling me Kivuito was bad? Hassan was bad? Now Chebukati is no longer a good guy?
It is not me saying it, it's the facts on the ground.
I'm just asking, according to the opposition, like forever, they have never had anyone that was a good person that was going to run the election in a fair way. What I can tell you is that we have had over 46 by-elections since 2013. And all the ballots were printed by Agulia. So I'm asking, and actually more than 70% were won by NASA. I want them to now say they nullify them because they were stolen and they were not done by a credible company. I can tell you they must leave the IEBC alone, because now they have started attacking IEBC. They are looking for every loophole they can get to actually get us in a quagmire, in a position where we will not either have elections or where we are going to run now and start making a crisis. Yeah.
All right, I guess everybody's entitled to their own opinion. We'll have to wind up right there. Purity Ngirici, woman rep on a Jubilee ticket for Kirinyaga County. We're wishing you all the best, and I'm sure we'll also be seeing more of you in the studio as we continue to engage you with matters regarding national leadership and also matters that pertain to Kirinyaga County. And this is where we wind up Morning Express this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. And our question of the day today was to do with the IEBC and whether you have confidence with them. Let me see if I can just read out a few comments that have come through today. Somebody says today you had psychophants on the show. Next time, get people who can articulate governance issues. Okay, that's Michael Luvale who has that comment. There's somebody who says NASA needs to quit trying to throw this country into turmoil. We have Jimmy Gaki who says a NASA candidate or independent candidate on Morning Express. Okay, so comments still coming through. And by the way, before I forget, let me also take this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday. It is your birthday today.
Yes.
Just remember that. So happy birthday, and hopefully we shall be having some cake later on. We'll see whether that goes down. But have a happy birthday and wishing you all the best.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where we wind up Morning Express this morning. Thank you for keeping us company. Do have yourselves a wonderful day, but do stay with us right here on KTN News. We've got Worldview lined up for you coming up next, and taking a trip